Hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk about things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. I'm an intuitive reader, a manifesting coach, a Reiki practitioner, and life path guide and mentor, here to help you along your awakening journey so that you can co-create the life of your dreams. And in this video, we are going to talk about some of the things that people don't mention about manifestation. Whether you're new to the journey and you're just learning about all of this, this is what you need to know and to become aware of so you can have more patience and love yourself a little bit more in the process and not get so angry at yourself when things are not materializing. Okay, so the first thing that we need to know is that things take time. When you are planting a seed, when you're creating a DoorDash order to the universe and you're saying, universe, I would love this, it takes time, okay? And depending on how attuned your vessel is to the frequency of the universe, which is love, compassion, forgiveness, you just have to be this completely loving person in order to receive manifestations fast. Okay, that is the key. It's who you are being in your everyday life determines how quickly your manifestations arrive. And it can't be a fake positivity. You have to innately look at other people with so much compassion. Never get mad if someone is riding your tail in the car. If somebody's not holding a door for you, you're not judging them or reacting. You are just completely neutral and being a good person at all times. So this is the part of the journey where people that are new to manifestation, they don't know this. They think they can just think a thought and things can materialize, and that can happen. But the bigger manifestations and the quicker the manifestations that we want to call in really determine who we're being, because the universe operates through frequency and vibration. So we have to attune ourselves to its frequency or the frequency of our desire. And then that's what matches us up, and that's when it drops in. So it takes time. If you are not at that stage where you feel really loving and you're not really judging anybody, that's okay. This is the process of coming back to oneness, coming back to wholeness, really loving ourselves and enjoying manifestations along the way. But the real key is it takes time if you're not fully in your wholeness and your complete energy, vibrating with love everywhere you go. Because we all have trauma and we've all been through tough things and we have anger and we have frustration. It's not just going to go away overnight. We have to do the work to clear our nervous system and our vessel from all of that pain. And the only way we can clear it is if we cry it out, do some sort of somatic releasing, breath work, working with a healer. There's so many modalities out there that we can do to help free our nervous system. So first thing is time. Time, and I should pair it with healing. Time and healing. The second thing that most people don't talk about with manifestation is how awful you can feel before a manifestation arrives. You might have 2 or 3 days where you're just crying, sobbing. You feel like your life is over. You don't know what you're doing. You feel like you've messed your whole life up. It's almost like you don't know which direction to go in. And you're just like, why do I feel like this? And this can be really scary. And you don't know who you are. You're like, wait, where did I go? This is so incredibly common because it's almost like an ego death. Your ego is the voice that's telling you all of those things. It's telling you that you don't know who you are. It's telling you that you're in suffering. And it's just that voice that you have to observe in your own head and in your mind, because our soul would never think those thoughts. Your soul knows exactly where you're going. It knows every step along the way, and it's trusting. So if you're not in that energy, you're in ego. You can only be in the soul or in ego at all times. You get to choose it every single day. And the more that you're in soul, which is that loving, compassionate energy that I talked about in the beginning, the more your manifestations arrive, because you're just constantly in flow with source. But when you're in ego, you're in separation. You're thinking that you're separate from the universe, and you're thinking that it's not helping you, and you're angry and frustrated, or maybe you're not liking yourself. But some things that people don't talk about is how awful you can feel, how much your ego can get louder and louder right before manifestation is about to drop in, because a layer of your ego is falling away, and the ego doesn't like this. So it gets louder, which makes your life feel chaotic. So the more you can become the observer and say, oh, my ego is getting the best of me. I'm crying. It's been 2 hours. Let me chill out and let me observe that thought and say, I'm not suffering. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I can't see what's next. and that's okay. But there's never a time where I'm not in the right spot. I'm exactly where I'm meant to be, and I'm going to sit back and I'm going to let this be here, and I'm not going to overthink it. I'm going to enjoy the process. And I know, because Michelle is teaching me this right now, that we feel terrible sometimes before something great comes. I call it darkest before dawn. There's always this little bit of turmoil right before it drops in. So your manifestations take time, they take a little bit of healing, and we can feel pretty icky right before something arrives. So when you're feeling this icky energy, observe it and say, ooh, this means something good is coming. And then if nothing drops in, that just means the first one. You need more time. You need more healing. You're not fully cleared of the ego that is creating these stories. You need to witness it and not buy into it on a daily basis. And then that makes you into the person that's loving and kind wherever you go. Okay, so it's kind of like all connected. The last thing that a lot of people don't talk about is that you have to go without. So the thing that you're calling in, you have to feel what it's like to not have it. And I mean, like, really not have it, to where when you do have it, you're going to be so grateful that you have it because you know what it feels like to not have it. So an example of this could be money, right? You might want $100,000, but you might have $50,000 right now. So you're not really without it. But somebody who only has like $50 in their checking account, or maybe they're homeless, they really have gone without it. So they are experiencing that contrast. So they're learning with the $50 in the bank account, they're learning to trust that the universe is still going to show up and bring them another $100 if they need it, or another $1,000. So sometimes we have to experience extreme contrast in order for the manifestation to arrive, because in that process, we are healing and we're learning that, okay, even when I don't have something, the universe still provides for me. And sometimes you can't get that lesson when you still have $50,000 in your bank account because you don't feel worried. You have it. So sometimes some people, not all people, they have to go through this extreme contrast. So if you're somebody who's been through the extreme, get excited. Your life is about to get better. The more you switch your beliefs around that as well, and not thinking that you're always going to be in that extreme contrast, that will also shift you over to the other end of the spectrum, calling in desires quicker, more money, more opportunity, because you switched your belief system. That's part of the healing process too, because the more you believe that you're worthy, the more you're loving yourself. And again, you're in that number one energy. You're understanding things come when they're meant to. There's no time frame. You just love yourself. You love everybody else. You're not triggered. You know that everything comes when it's meant to come. But you're also placing DoorDash orders every single day, being hopeful that the universe grabs one of them and brings it to you. But you're not getting upset if something doesn't arrive. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I have so many other playlists and videos. I'll link them here to help you along your manifestation journey. It is so important to learn the ins and outs of how to work with the universe. I like to call it dancing with the universe. We have to match the frequency of it and get on the dance floor and just stay there. And that is a happy and joyous life when we're whole, we're happy, we're spreading love, we're sharing our gifts, we're doing our mission work, and we're not freaking out when things don't arrive. But we also know that sometimes we're going to feel icky before it arrives because we're purging the ego. We're saying, okay, voice, I see you and I'm not listening to you. You can have a tantrum because you think something bad is coming, but nothing bad is coming. And I'm not going to listen to you anymore. So you start to have dialogue with that ego and you don't let it rock you. Stay on the dance floor, stay dancing, and feel good. All right, lovies, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, help me get these messages out there. Thank you for supporting my channel and me, and I will see you in the next one. All right, peace out.